Hello students, today's lecture Science 2 Chapter 2 Life Process in Living Organisms. First heading is Living Organism and Life Process, in which our body is classified in three parts: internal, external and various systems. These systems like respiratory system, digestive, circulatory, excretory and control systems. All the parts performing their function independently but in coordination. Our body need nutrition which we get from nutrients like carbohydrates, fat, lipid, protein, vitamins and minerals, in which carbohydrates, fat and lipids and proteins are main source of energy which is harvested by mitochondria. For obtaining these nutrients, we consume different food materials. We get carb from milk, fruit, jaggery, cane, and some cereals like maize, ragi, jowar, millet, rice. We get 4 calorie from 1 gram of carb. Now the second heading, living organism and energy production. First of all, we will understand how our respiratory system works. When we inhale, oxygen enter in our nasal cavity and then nasal cavity to alveoli, which is inside the lungs. From alveoli, oxygen mix in blood and that oxygenated blood enter in our heart and heart to whole body. Inside this cell, glucose oxidized and carbon dioxide occurs, which mix in blood and come to the heart. That was known as deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood and carbon dioxide in alveoli, which we exhale. So this is the procedure of cellular respiration. The example of respiration is glucose plus oxygen makes carbon dioxide and water. Cellular respiration is of two types. The first one, aerobic respiration, and the second, anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, oxygen is involved and glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. It is classified in 3 steps like glycolysis, TCA cycle and ETC. So the first point is glycolysis. In glycolysis, the glucose which is inside the cell, we can see in the diagram, the glucose which is inside the cell oxidized and produced 2 molecules of pyruvic acid and energy. And this energy is in the form of ATP. The pyruvic acid converted into acetyl coenzyme A, 2 molecules of NADH2 and CO2 released in this process. Okay, in this process, 2 molecules of NADH2, which is also a type of energy, and CO2 released in this process. So first of all, we will understand what is ATP. The full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. It is energy-rich molecule stored in the bonds by which phosphate groups are attached to each other. In this diagram, we can see that when energy released, triphosphate converted into diphosphate. It is also known as energy currency. Okay, ATP is also known as energy currency. So the second point of aerobic respiration is TCA cycle. It means tricarboxylic acid cycle. Acetyl coenzyme molecule enter in mitochondria. This cyclic chain of reaction is known as TCA cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, which operated in mitochondria. The acetyl part of acetyl coenzyme completely oxidized in this cyclic process and molecule of CO2, H2O, NADH2, FADH2 released. In this diagram we can see that when acetyl coenzyme oxidized, then CO2, H2 and energy is released in the form of NADH2 and FADH2. The third point is electron transfer chain reaction. So in this, it is also known as ETC reaction. Molecule of NADH2 and FADH2 formed during the process participate in ETC reaction. In each NADH2 molecule have 3 ATP while FADH2 molecule have 2 ATP. ETC reaction operated in mitochondria only. It is occur only in the mitochondria. Full form of NADH2 is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. The full form of NADH2 is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and one molecule of NADH2 have 3 molecule of ATP. While FADH2 is flavin adenine dinucleotide. The full form of FADH2 is flavin adenine dinucleotide, and it have 2 molecule of ATP. Both the enzyme used in cellular respiration. If there is less amount of carbohydrates, then protein and fats are used for energy production. Then lipid converted into fatty acids, while proteins converted into amino acids. Fatty acids and amino acids converted into acetyl coenzyme. Here is the diagram where we can see that lipid converted into fatty acids and protein converted into amino acid. After that, fatty acids and amino acids converted into acetyl coenzyme, and energy produced by the process of Krebs cycle in mitochondria. So it is also known as Krebs cycle, which is occur in mitochondria. Now we will start anaerobic respiration. It occur in absence of oxygen because some organisms can't survive in presence of oxygen. Just like us, we need oxygen for survive. So just opposite, some organisms can't survive in presence of oxygen. Example, many bacteria. Such organisms perform anaerobic respiration. There are only 2 steps in anaerobic respiration. The first one is glycolysis and the second one is fermentation. Okay, there are only 2 steps in anaerobic. The first one glycolysis and the second one fermentation. Glucose oxidized and less energy produced in glycolysis process, and pyruvic acid occur. Pyruvic acid converted into organic acid and alcohol with the help of enzyme is known as fermentation. Okay, so pyruvic acid converted into organic acid or alcohol with the help of enzyme, so it is known as fermentation. Here is the diagram so you can understand clearly. Now one question occur that can animal, plant and human perform anaerobic respiration? So the answer is yes. Plants perform anaerobic respiration if there is depletion in oxygen level. For example, seeds performing anaerobic respiration if the soil submerged under water during germination. Okay, under water during germination. And second point, our muscles also perform anaerobic respiration. Okay, so here we are talking about humans. Our muscles also perform anaerobic respiration while doing exercise. During exercise, less energy produced in our body, and lactic acid accumulates due to which we feel tired. Okay. During exercise, less energy produced in our body and lactic acid accumulates due to which we feel tired. So mostly this question asked in the exam for 1 marks, that which acid accumulates due to which we feel tired during exercise. So it is lactic acid. Next heading, energy from different food components. So here is the point. Carbohydrates, excess of carbohydrates stored in liver and muscles. Okay, I repeat, carbohydrates, excess of carbohydrate is stored in our liver and muscles in the form of glycogen. Okay, in the form of glycogen. The next point is protein. These are formed by amino acids, and amino acids are absorbed by body organ and cell via blood. Amino acids are absorbed by organs and cells via blood. And excess of amino acid obtained from protein are not stored in our body. Like carbohydrates, amino acids are not stored in our body. They broken down in ammonia and eliminated out of the body. Okay, you can understand that the amino acids broken down in ammonia and eliminate out of the body. If necessary, excess protein are converted into glucose through process of gluconeogenesis. Okay, if necessary, then excess proteins are converted into glucose through the process of gluconeogenesis. Is that clear? So the next point is lipid. The substances formed by specific chemical bond between fatty acids and alcohols are known as lipid. Digestion of lipid is nothing but their conversion into fatty acids and alcohol. Okay, the digestion of lipid is nothing but their conversion. They will break down into fatty acids and alcohol. For fatty acids, different cells produce various substances necessary to themselves. Various substances which are necessary to themselves. For example, phospholipids. Phospholipids are essential for producing plasma membrane. Okay, it is essential for producing plasma membrane, which are formed from fatty acids. Which are formed from fatty acids. Fatty acids produce hormones like progesterone, estrogen, testosterone and aldosterone. Okay, here is the diagram. You can see that fatty acid produce hormones like progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, aldosterone, and we get 9 kilocalorie energy per gram of lipid. You remember that we get 4 kilocalorie energy per gram of carbohydrate, but we get 9 kilocalorie energy per gram of lipids. So now the next point is vitamins. It is a group of heterogeneous compound of which each is essential for proper operation, various processes in body. There are 6 types of vitamins: A, B, C, D, E and K. These are the 6 types of vitamins. Out of these, A, D, E and K are soluble in fat. Okay, these are soluble in fat, while vitamin B and vitamin C are soluble in water. This question is asked for 1 marks in exam. That means so vitamin B and vitamin C are the water soluble. So this is today's portion. If you have any doubt, then ask me in comment box. Thanks for watching. Bye students.